Okay, well, we're gonna check the fuel pressure on this thing. I just put a new fuel pump in it, and what was happening before is it was hard starting because the fuel was just bleeding back into the tank. So you'd have to prime the fuel pump a few times to make it start. So she's got the new pump on her now. Oops, there goes the gas. So we'll just go inside and we'll see what this thing reads. Okay, we'll go inside and fire this whole girl up. So this thing used to, before I put the fuel pump in, you turn the key on and it would go to about 42 psi, and then it would start up and it would sit there right at 40, and if you hit the throttle it would bounce, you know, just a couple psi, but it would pretty much stay around 40. And then as soon as you shut it off, it would slowly bleed back to the tank. Now I've had this off for 5 minutes. It hasn't bled down, not even a bit. So all those videos I did with the minus 40 cold starts and minus 35 and whatnot, well, it started pretty good then. It would only start better now. Okay, so let's put the key in. We'll see what she does here. So there's 55. We went to originally. And look at that. It's at 50. It just sits right around 55. That's like 2,000 RPMs. Oops, sorry. Let's try that again. It never drops below 50. Okay, yeah, and I just went with the cheap Ultra Pro fuel pump from Rock Auto. And well, we'll see how it lasts, but so far so good. I noticed driving around, it actually seems like it has a little more low-end power, and it definitely starts up as faster than it ever has. So everything's good that way. The only thing I noticed here was that the gauge, the gauge is stuck on. Like it seems to be stuck up high, like up close to the full mark. It has dropped a bit now, but I filled it right up last night. It didn't go right to the full. It was kind of just below. So the whole body of the fuel pump is kind of telescopic, and then the sender is connected to that, I think it is. So maybe it's stuck inside, maybe something's screwed up, and it's always going to be like that. I guess we'll find out on the next when I drain this tank of fuel out, which never seems to take too long with the old V10. I can usually only get 400 kilometers to a tank, 420 absolute maximum. So we'll see. It'd be nice if this gauge gets back to normal. We'll see what this thing's like for fuel economy, if it's any better with the better fuel pressure. We'll do an update later on this fuel pump and what it changed and what it did to the old V10 bush hog.